Hello, everyone. Um, I wanted to share my experience with purchasing my first real watch, as they say. I was lucky to grab a Rolex Submariner a few days ago, and I wanted to share my experience with dealing with kind of what everyone is dealing with right now, and that's the waitlist, alternatives, what they went through with their AD, if they could, move up on the so-called list, or if they had to buy other watches to persuade the dealer to sell to them. And I want to make this as a short video, and then if I get enough interest, I'll make another one. But what I was able to do is there's a dealer near my home who I went and visited one time, just one time. My initial interest was for a Rolex Hulk, and as most anyone who's watching this video can let me get this out of the box. Hold on, bear with me. Can testify, if you want a Hulk, that's a hard one to get, and I've wanted one for probably 10 years. I mean, ever since I was in college, I wanted a Hulk. But recently I got to a point in my life where I wanted to celebrate my hard work, and I knew that maybe the Hulk wasn't the easiest route to go. So one evening I looked online and I was trying to find something that you don't see every day. I've never seen a couple Rolex watches, and one of them happened to be a simple no-date Submariner. And the next morning I decided I'm going to find a way to buy a watch, and I called 3 ADs around the Houston area and basically told them, look, I really want to buy a watch. I don't have any buying history with any of them, but I'm going to the bank. I'm taking out the cash, and if they have anything there, any kind of Submariner, GMT, professional model, all stainless, to let me know. And I would be there within 30 minutes to buy it cash in hand. I didn't think that was going to work at all. But the AD that I'd been to the store one time, we became, I wouldn't say friends, but we, were cordial, and I texted him maybe 2 or 3 times in the past month and a half, just kind of checking in what they have, and that was it. That day that I made the phone call saying I'm ready to buy, he had actually told me that they didn't have anything new on the shelves, and it was still pretty hard. And I said, well, if there's anything in the safe that y'all are, maybe somebody just backed out of, or you've been waiting for, somebody to come pick it up, let me know. And his response was, let me call my dealer, let me call my manager and see what we can do. And about 5 minutes later, I got a text from him that said, hey, Patrick, you need to come to the store. And I was like, well, I'm more than happy to, but what do you have? He said, well, you need to, you're gonna love it, and I need, if you're interested, please come to the store, be safe, and I'll see you in a little bit. So that kind of added to the suspense. But when I got to the store, again, I had mentioned a no date to him that might be a possible, watch other than the Hulk, just because I really don't see him that often. And lo and behold, he walked out with a no date, or just, they call it just a Submariner. And I was taken by surprise. Did not expect this watch to be available. And he said it had been there for about a day, and I just could not believe that without any prior purchase history, or I guess just being nice to him, but ultimately just saying, hey, I'm ready to buy. And the right day, the right time, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I got this, and I'm very happy with it. I've had it for a few days. I put it back in the box so it looks nice, and I just tried to, wash it up, but I've been wearing it every day. I got, this is, what I paid. And, that's it. So I feel like I did pretty well considering, I don't think these are going too crazy. They're just hard to get, and I think the market will correct itself before too long. So, with that being said, and then, I've got some other things that I took out, links and little rope. But yeah, I guess the weird thing is that it worked. That I happened to call and just say that I have cash and I'd love to buy a watch today, and I can be there, within 30 minutes if you have anything. And I'd say 99 out of 100 times that would not work. They'd say, we'll call you later. You can come in, but we're not going to have anything. But they have watches back in the back. They have them in the safe. He pulled out a Daytona as well. It was a two-tone. It wasn't, all stainless, but watches that are not in the cases that are already sold. This happens. And I guess he could tell I wasn't going to flip the watch, and maybe that was something that I had going for me, because I told him the story of how I've wanted a Hulk forever, and I had no interest whatsoever. I haven't been looking at videos or really researching online. I just, on a no date or just Submariner, and I looked at it the night before I bought this watch online. I was like, man, that has a really good symmetry to it. It's very balanced, and I don't see hardly ever anyone wear one. And in fact, I don't think I've ever seen somebody wear one, me personally. And it worked. I loved it. And when he brought it out in person, within 5 seconds, it was sold. So anyway, that was my experience. I got lucky. I hope that everyone who's looking for one can get one. Sorry for the glares. Can get one, and whether they update it or not, I really don't care. All I know is I've got one, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm thankful, and I'm going to enjoy it for many, many years to come. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I told my AD that I'm always going to try and help people get through, this period, and maybe help them find their dream watch in the meantime. So, yeah, there she is. Sorry for all the glares.